Every day, thousands of brave souls enter these gates ready to have the best day of their life. Little do they know, their day's already ruined. Because this place is just one big, beautiful trap. And today, I'm exposing the biggest mistakes that people make at Universal before they ruin your day too. Did y'all see that giant fireball on the globe? Yeah, that wasn't real. I learned how to edit, which wasn't a mistake. Okay, let's go inside. You may notice I didn't make it very far, and that's because the first mistake happens before you even get here. The first mistake is not purchasing your tickets ahead of time. And when I say tickets, I mean just about everything. Tickets, express passes, sunscreen. If you get it here, you're going to pay the convenience tax. Here's the perfect example. Last night, I looked online and I saw that you could get tickets for this price, $144. But then if you come to the gate, right now, what all these people are doing, $164. That's $20 that you don't have to spend. In case you weren't sure, that is one of these. Yeah, I got money. And $20 may not seem like a ton of money, but if you have a family of four, that turns into $80. And then if you're here for multiple days, that could be like $400, $500, $600 that you're spending that you didn't have to spend, that you could also spend on like food and souvenirs just by getting your tickets the night before. If money was the only downside to not get them in advance, sure, whatever. I can't tell you how to spend your money. Do whatever you want. But another issue is time, and people don't think about that. So today, not really a busy day, but the lines to get your tickets outside are huge. While I was filming, I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I overheard a family talking about how they had been waiting to get their tickets for over an hour. And that's time that you could have been in the parks doing anything else. So yeah, just get your tickets and everything else that you need ahead of time. It just makes life easier and cheaper. The next mistake I see people make is not eating the themed food when you're at a theme park. I mean, what are we doing here? I see people all the time walking around with a real plain looking hamburger or a turkey leg or a churro, and that's fine. Like, you can eat those things. But Universal's food and beverage team, like the culinary team, does such an amazing job that not only does the food in the themed areas look good, but it is so delicious. One of my favorite things about Universal is it makes you feel like you're in whatever land that you're in. Like the Wizarding World, you can get all your favorite treats from there. Like I got this chocolate frog, and if you've watched or read Harry Potter, you've always wanted a chocolate frog. It even has the card in it. But Universal is way more than the Wizarding World. I mean, they have themed foods everywhere, like this Minions Swiss roll cake from the Minions, a Shrek swamp dog from DreamWorks Land. They're hot. This Grinch candy apple, this Marvel themed hamburger. There is no themed burger in Marvel. That little disappointment that you felt, that's just proof that we love themed food, even if we don't think that we do. Like that feeling that you're feeling right now shows that there should be themed food in every land. I mean, why not have a smash burger that's just beaten to death by Thor's hammer? It literally just hit me while I was walking. It's a Hulk smash burger. Just a little smash burger with a little avocado. Genius. And while I'm standing here, a little bonus tip. The chocolate frog wasn't my first choice. I like them, it's a lot of chocolate. I was gonna get a butterbeer, but it's peak hour right now. It's like 12:30 and the lines are huge. So bonus tip, eat at weird times. You don't wanna be waiting an hour for a butterbeer. And if you're wondering what like peak hours look like, I would say the peak hours for lunch are like 12 to 2. So if you can eat before or after that, you're good to go. The next mistake? Riding this. That's it. That's the whole mistake. The next mistake, I would argue, might be the biggest mistake that I see people make, and that is not staying on site. Depending on when you're watching this, Universal has either 9, 10, or 11 amazing properties that you can stay at. There's 2 more opening with the opening of Epic Universe. Universal's on-site hotels are amazing, and they have something at every price point. Like the cheapest hotels that you can find at Universal are most of the time as cheap or just a little bit more expensive than just about anything else that's in this area. And the thing about staying on property is it comes with so many benefits that just make your trip that much better. And yes, I have stayed off site. I mean, recently I stayed at one of the cheaper options that I could find outside of Universal, and it kind of went like this. that's a little firm. See? Just don't do that to yourself. But between transportation and like early park admission, which is included with your stay at the properties, there's just almost no reason that I can see to not stay on site. Even if it's just a little bit more, I think the convenience makes it worth it. And then there's other situations that make it even more worth it. Like if you're coming down here and you want Express Pass for your stay, you can just stay at the premier hotels, and 99.9% of the time, that's going to save you a lot of money instead of buying Express Pass individually. When I'm on vacation, two things matter to me: convenience and price. There's nothing more convenient than staying on property if you're coming to Universal, and the price, their lowest tier hotels, like the Endless Summer Resorts, are very comparable to anything else you'll find in Orlando that's close to the parks. The hotels are great, all kinds of amenities, and I think some of the hotels have the best food that you'll find anywhere at Universal. The next mistake is not taking advantage of the freestyle machine, because it saves you a lot of money. I like to do demonstrations, so let me show you. Okay, I got the goodies. This right here, this is a bottle of water. Shocking, I know. This was $4, and that's not even their fancy daddy water. They have water that I call fancy daddy water. It's like $6 or $6.50 depending on where you get it. It's just mineral water, or smart water, but it's $6.50. And then Magic Trick, bam, yeah. That is a freestyle cup. I love the freestyle cups, like I was saying, but this is $18.99. It has gone up a little bit over the past few years, but $18.99 is still a great deal considering that water is $4 a bottle, and then Cokes or like sodas are like anywhere from $5 to $6 a bottle. So just like 3.5 refills, you've paid for it. Here's the thing, there are all kinds of drinks in the freestyle machines. I mean, it's not just soda and water. There's Powerade, there's tea, there's Powerade Zero, lots of zero. Ginger ale zero, no water zero, yeah. But for real, there are so many options depending on what you like to drink. Imagine buying drinks one bottle at a time like some sort of rookie. Listen, I know I'm always talking about getting a freestyle cup. It's because I love them. I have a lot of them. This is basically my entire drinkware at the house. But just because I talk about them doesn't mean that you have to get them. You can bring your own water bottle and still utilize the freestyle machines by getting free water out of them. Or if you don't want to bring your own bottle of water, you can just buy a $4 bottle of water and refill this all day. All I know is during the summer, it is important to stay hydrated down here, so drink as much water as possible. So the next mistake that I see people make is not taking advantage of Universal's mobile app. What I love about the mobile app is I hate being tied to my phone. Like at the theme parks, especially if you're on vacation, I don't want to have to deal with my phone. Like take some pictures, take some videos, make some memories, but I don't want to have to live by my phone. And that's what's great about Universal's app. So I would consider Universal's app more complimentary than necessary, so you can just do a lot of things that will just make your trip a little bit better and a little bit easier, like mobile order. You can mobile order, you can check ride times instead of like walking all the way over to a ride and getting there and then realizing I don't want to wait 140 minutes for that. You can just check on the app. You can also set wait time reminders or notifications. So let's say you want to ride the Hulk, but you see on the app that the Hulk is 45 minutes and you're only willing to wait 20 minutes to ride the Hulk. Well, you can put in 20 minutes, and if it gets to that wait time, your phone will send you a notification. Like I said, the mobile app, very complimentary, not necessarily necessary. It's kind of fun to say. I just think it's a mistake if you don't download it because it can make your day easier. Okay, so a big mistake that I see a lot of people make, and there's multiple levels to this, is avoiding high wait times. I know that seems counterintuitive because you don't want to be waiting in line your entire trip, but that's where Universal uses a little bit of psychology. So over the years of coming here, I have noticed one thing, and that is that Universal overposts their wait times. Not by like anything crazy, I don't really have a percentage, but they overpost. A great example of this is Hagrid's. Like today, right now, Hagrid's is a 110 minute wait. If I got in that line, I don't think I'd wait more than 85 or 90 minutes. It's not that great of an improvement, but it definitely is lower than what they post. Here's the thing, I don't blame them. I'm not mad at them for it. It actually makes a lot of sense. If you saw a posted wait time that said 30 minutes and you waited 40 minutes, you'd be more upset than if you got in a line that was 50 minutes and you waited 40 minutes. Psychology is wild. Something else that I notice people do is like, if there's a ride that you're really wanting to ride, they'll push it off into the last day. Yeah, don't do that. Ride it the first day. Like if there's a ride here that you just have to ride before you go home, get on it the first day because things happen, things go down. A perfect example right here is Velocicoaster. Let's say that you had been wanting to ride Velocicoaster your whole life. It's only been open for like 4 years, so you'd be very young, but your whole life. It's been down all day. I think they just said it's been on delay for 5 hours. So if this was your last day here, you might risk not getting to ride it. So yeah, don't let wait time scare you. They're usually not as bad as they say, and you don't want to miss out on something if it happens to go down. It's been down so long they're playing Jenga. It's crazy. The next mistake has to do with bags. I always carry bags, so this isn't necessarily a mistake I live by, but if you can not bring a bag, do that. It just makes life easier. Like a fanny pack is perfect. I carry too much stuff. I have like another camera in here. There's a couple lenses, all the food that I've bought because I haven't eaten any of it. It's all in that bag. And yes, there are free lockers. Like there are free lockers here at Universal, but they're not very big. Once again, I like to show by demonstration. Let me show you. Hi. I realized that I forgot to hit record when I was trying to put my backpack in a locker, but I promised you a demonstration, so let me grab a couple things and we'll do one here. Okay, so this box, this is the locker. This is my backpack. It doesn't fit. Obviously, the bag was too big. And I did bring a tape measure to measure them because I was going to give y'all the measurements, but I could just Google that. So the lockers are 14 by 5.5 by 16.9. It's barely enough room for a single bad decision. I'm just kidding. It's great that they offer the free lockers because there are other lockers that I have to put my stuff in that are paid. They're like $3 for the ride. Some of them are like $5. Just depends. Obviously, it goes up in price as you keep them in there. And then there's like all day lockers that are up front that you can leave your stuff in, but I always need my bag, so not really an option for me, but maybe it works for you. But yeah, a lot of the rides here do require lockers. A lot of coasters, a lot of like indoor quick moving things. So if you don't want to always be putting up a bag, just travel light. Travel light, he says, as he puts on a 15-pound backpack. Isn't this one of the most beautiful sunsets you've ever seen? Getting to come down here and just like take this in is actually a great segue into the next mistake, and that is trying to do it all in one day. Don't get me wrong, I know rides are the big draw. I mean, when we used to come down on vacation, that's all we did. We rode rides until we were tired of them. We rode rides so much. When Epic opens, this becomes a week-long vacation at the bare minimum. I do believe it's going to add so much new stuff that it's going to be hard to even finish it in a week, and it's going to keep guests coming back for more and more. I mean, there's just so many rides and attractions, and that's the thing. Until we moved down here, I'd never really slowed down to even watch the shows or take in any of the live entertainment, and it's all just as good as the rides. And with Epic opening, you're going to have so much new stuff. It's really going to turn this resort into a place that you have to come back multiple times to experience everything. I was going to try to make the comparison that you wouldn't binge watch your favorite Netflix show all in one day, but I've done that. I mean, look at me. I've been here all day, barely eaten, haven't ridden a ride, and the day's almost over. And the final mistake, it's one that you want to avoid making at all costs. I cannot emphasize how important this is, and that's not subscribing to this channel. Okay, bye. I just want to give a special thank you to all my channel members that are listed here, and you should check out this video right here. YouTube thinks you will love it, and YouTube is the overlord, and you should listen to it. Okay, see you in the next one.